Hello, Precalc students! Welcome to Precalculus. I'm Miss Chiapetta, and in this very first video, I'm just going to show you how to navigate our Schoology page. So what you're seeing right now is the opening sign-in page for Schoology. Mine looks a little bit different than yours because I'm not enrolled in 8 classes. But the first thing you'll want to do is click on the course dashboard up here. I think this is the easiest way to see what's going on in all of your classes. So we click on that, and all of your classes should show up here. On the right, you'll see reminders about assignments that you've got to do and upcoming assignments. So it'll say the date and what you've got to do. And if you click on those, then you can get a description for the assignment. So let's just go through the pre-calc page since I don't really know what's going on in your other classes. So I click on Precalculus, and the first thing you'll see is this set of all these folders, and then on the right, all of your pre-calc assignments. So Proficiency 1 practice work is due on September 20th, and you'll work on that both in class and out of class. IC means in class, OC means out of class. So for the other information you need, if you click on the Welcome page, this one has our course syllabus. So it explains when we're meeting and when I have office hours. It describes the course, and it basically just talks about what we're going to learn in this class and how I'm going to grade you and what I expect you to do while you're in this class. We'll talk about the course syllabus during class, so I'm not going to really go through that now. You've also got this document, which I'll show you in class, the typical week in pre-calc sheet. And this basically shows on Mondays you're going to do a check-in, some reflecting and goal setting. I might give a mini lecture and then I'll give you time to work. And every single class ends with reflections. Probably twice a week you'll take a pass-off near the end of class. We'll talk about what pass-offs are later as well. So I'm going to go back to pre-calc by just clicking up here where it says Precalc section 1002. And let's look at what our first unit is going to be all about. So I'm going to click on Unit 1, Functions and Graphs. The first part of this page just shows you what the essential questions and enduring understandings for this unit are. What that means is what are the big ideas in Unit 1. If you keep scrolling down though, then you see what each of the proficiencies in Unit 1 are. So proficiencies are kind of like the categories within that unit. So our first category in Unit 1 is coordinates. When you click on that folder, the first and most useful document in here is called the Proficiency 1 resource. This document will show you everything you have to do in order to get credit for the topic of coordinates. So if you click on that, it shows, here we go, loading. The topic of coordinates says use coordinates to compute geometric quantities. So in particular, you're going to be finding the point on a directed line segment between 2 points that partitions the line segment in a given ratio, and you're going to use coordinates to compute the perimeters of polygons. So in order to get credit for this proficiency or this topic of coordinates, you need to practice, you need to take notes, and you need to do a pass-off. So to practice, there are 2 places you can do this. You can either do IXL, which is an online problem-solving database, or you can do problems in the textbook. So you've got to do one of those 2 things and show me that you've done it. You have to take some notes. So below, I have a notes outline of the important vocabulary. And finally, you have to do a pass-off. So a pass-off is like a test, but only for this small topic of using coordinates to compute geometric quantities. And in your resource document, I give you a practice pass-off. So if you can do this, then you'll be able to do well on the test. And I'll show you in a moment where to find the solutions to this practice pass-off. So once you've done your practice, taken your notes, and done your practice pass-off, you show me all that stuff, and then I give you your pass-off test, and you demonstrate to me that you have mastered Proficiency 1. So if we go back into that Unit 1 folder and back into Proficiency 1, the second document has a bunch of videos that I created to teach you about the coordinates topic. So if you just click on each of these, you can watch me teaching you about that topic. The third document in that folder is the solutions to the practice pass-off. So once you do your practice pass-off, you check your solutions here to see if you got them right and if you're ready to do the real pass-off. And each folder in Unit 1 has these resources in it. So if you click on Proficiency 2, you have your resource document that tells you what you need to do and where to find it. You have your videos, and you have the solution to the practice pass-off. The other thing that you have in each of these folders is something called a proficiency scale. This is basically like an outline for that topic. So in order to do Proficiency 2, understanding that a graph is a set of solution points for a two-variable equation, you need to be able to fill in a table of function values, plot coordinates in the Cartesian plane, determine whether or not a point lies on the graph, and given a y value and an equation, solve for the corresponding x value. These are the mini skills that you'll need to do in order to master the bigger skill. So those are the most important resources that you'll be using on our Schoology page. At the bottom of each, you'll see the assignments that are associated with each proficiency. For every proficiency, you'll have to do practice work, which is, like I said, IXL or textbook, you pick, and then you have to do your pass-off. So if we go back to the pre-calc page, I'll just point out again, to see what's coming up and when things are due, you look along the right. So every Monday, you'll have a brain dump that is the reflection at the beginning of class, and then you'll be expected to pass off on about 2 proficiencies per week. As other things come up in Schoology that are challenging or difficult to look at, I'll show you how to use them, but this will get you started and set you up for a successful year in the class. Looking forward to getting to know you better.